Hello everyone, how are you doing? I'm Tesak and last week, life happened. So I knew all about this beforehand, so I had the chance to prepare. But still, as usual, if something can go wrong, it will. Nothing bad happened or anything, just too much stuff in succession. And it left me physically and mentally drained, to be honest, as I tried to do at least something and at least a little bit of game development at the same time as the other stuff. Yeah, wasn't probably the wisest call. Well, anyway, enough complaining, let's check what's changed on Game Defenders and my other projects. First, I started actively learning more about networking in games, more specifically in MMOs. I already had pretty good idea about most of the stuff in general, but I never really did any of it myself before. Ironically, this is the first time ever in game development that my education background helped me quite a lot. Yes, knowing basics of programming helped me to kickstart my game development attempts, at least the first ones, but honestly I already knew a fair bit of programming before learning about it in high school anyway. That being said, this is mandatory for the team working on the super secret project, as we are a handful of people and everyone needs to basically know at least a bit of everything. So, great opportunity to finally catch up to something I've been interested in anyway, but never had time to do it. And yes, this means I'll be making some really small scale project that will have some form of multiplayer over internet in it, and because I will need to see it in action. If it's gonna make it out to be even published on itch.io is another question, but you can at least look forward to a video about it in the foreseeable future, but most likely not in 2022. If I had to take a guess, it will be the first half of 2023. On the topic of MMO, considerable amount of energy and time was put into UI and UX trying to figure out the most intuitive layout. And that's basically it about the MMO project. Let's talk about Game Defenders now. So, there was this funny little bug that caused enemies to walk quickly when frozen, which is the exact opposite of what I was trying to achieve. This was caused by a wrong mathematical sign, as with most of the bugs, stupid mistake made by human, aka me. So I fixed that, but did not realize something like this could happen. And I really hope I have footage of the mobs just speeding in the opposite direction, but if not, I will try to recreate it using my mighty skills of editing and Microsoft Paint. Because there is no way I'm rewriting this code again just for comedic purposes, nor rollbacking my project. Long story short, now the walk speed of enemies could go into negative, which, yeah, they started walking backward when that happened. Fixing that was actually harder than I expected, as I had to catch the original speed and also check if the speed was lower than 0, and then take into consideration small nuances of how the details from slowing and freezing are delivered, as well as some, well, let's be honest, some bad design choices I did with data types for characters. Smart decision would be reworking the data types, but luckily it's only mirror inconvenience rather than big issue, and it would probably take at least one afternoon, which, given how close I am to putting the game finally together, I will happily ignore. It's not causing any issues or bugs, just a bit annoying to work with, and it's nothing major, luckily. And that's still not everything. I heard the feedback from testers and others who have access to the game at this moment, and it's that the default Arial font is not really fitting the game style, and I should change it. This is literally the most requested change by everyone. I can't think of a single person not giving me this feedback. But, contrary to popular beliefs, fonts are a nightmare. Mainly the licensing around them. You see, fonts are just like any other IP, and as you are not really legally allowed to use unlicensed music, the same applies to fonts, and the restrictions with payment apply as well. This is actually a topic I might talk about one day, but it's something so extremely specific, I didn't want to waste time on it so far. Well, anyway, long story short, it's hard to find specific font that would fit the game, and when found, it's usually locked behind paywall, which is fine, I'm not complaining. But I'm on a shoestring budget right now, so I really can't afford to pay almost anything. That being said, I'm graphics designer by profession, and as such I created some fonts before, and all of them sucked. On the other hand, I know the basics and I know how to work with graphics editors, so yeah, I started working on the font for Gems Defenders, and I am aware there definitely is font like this, but my previous point apply here. Can't afford, so I will make my own. I actually don't have any reference or anything, I'm just aiming to do a bit more bricky and sharp letters that would remind people a little bit of runes or gems, since both are kinda part of the world where the game is taking place, and one is even the main staple of the game. But creating fonts takes time, a lot of time, especially for the special characters and stuff that I will need for localization. So I won't be probably showing any progress up until it's finished and will be in the game, just because it would take up so much time, so much effort, and it would just slow down all the other devlogs. I'll be slowly working on it, and when I get bored with programming or drawing, yeah, I'll be doing font. From the other interesting things that happened, there was this mail correspondence with Steam regarding Games Defenders I really had to take care of, and I hope it's gonna get resolved soon, as it happened to the worst possible moment. Also, let me know if tutorial on how to make your own font for games, if it's something you would watch. But yeah, that's basically it, that's the week, leaving all the boring stuff. So, a lot more happened in the development as well, but I just don't wanna make this video last 10 minutes, it's already past 7 minutes at this point, I think. So, that's it for today. Come back next week to learn more about Games Defenders and my other projects. I hope you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, ring the bell. Links to Games Defenders, my social media and other games are in the description. Thank you very much for watching, and until next Monday, see ya.